The hottest DJ in Las Vegas on the Russell Norman Show, only on KSHP 107.1 FM, 1400 AM. Launching Saturday, March 21st at 7 p.m. and every Saturday at 7 p.m. So, we have a special guest today. You're going to love this. We have a beautiful and brilliant woman. She's an author, she's a public relations expert, and she's actually a Chicago public school teacher. Yeah, so she's in the trenches. Her name is Melanie Brown, and she has a new book, and it's called My Life Without Sex. A 40-year-old virgin shares how to set boundaries to wait for sex. Ho, Melanie, are you there?
Yeah. Hey, how you doing, Russ?
Oh, my God. I'm doing great. Thank you for being on the Russell Norman Show. Melanie Brown, I should tell you about My Life with Sex. That's my book. I got a book coming. It's called My Life with Sex. But first of all, I guess you don't know what you're missing. So how did you do it? Tell me about your new book, My Life Without Sex.
So My Life Without Sex it's a book. It's pretty much a blueprint, because I didn't have nobody to pinpoint necessarily for this journey. So people come behind me. I want to be able to, lay it out for them. Like, hey, here's some boundaries you should set. I almost got, and you don't have to fall in a situation where you could almost lose what you're waiting for, if that's what you're trying to do. So I just wanted to leave something for people coming up behind me to know, just the good, the bad, the ugly about being a virgin still and about waiting. Yeah.
I got to tell you, everything is conversely or reversely or something versely, because whatever you're going through without having sex, somebody is going through the drama with having sex. Did you expect to be waiting this long?
I did not. I mean, the dating pool is sucked right now, and but this is the journey I guess I'm on. It wouldn't be much impact as it is today if I was the 21-year-old virgin. People are like, okay, anyway. But I guess it makes it more of a expertise when you're able to wait that long. As I did.
Well, look. If you're the expert on not having sex, I will be the expert on having sex. 21 is actually a very long time not to have sex, especially when people are starting at 14 and 15, such as myself. But could you tell me what's the hardest part about waiting? And look, you're telling us you're a 40-year-old virgin. So would you mind if I asked how old are you actually? If you didn't mind.
I'm actually 40. I'm actually 42. So,
oh, wow.
Yeah. I'm 42. Yeah, this is a 40-plus experience.
Yes.
I put 40 because I used to be scared to be that movie. Everybody goes, "Oh, you gonna be that movie, the 40-year-old virgin movie."
You like the black female Steve Carell,
right?
But
yeah, pretty much.
But what is the hardest part for you about waiting?
The hardest part, I guess, it would have to be, I guess, like I said, dating, relationships. No, I've had long-term relationships.
Okay.
So the longest relationship I've been in was like 5+ years. And so, yeah, we didn't have to have sex or anything. And then actually the guy was down with it and became celibate when he found out, hey, she waiting. I want to be with her. Let's do this.
Who was that guy? We need to give him an award. You sure he liked women though?
He did. But, the thing is, I caught him when it was early. He only had maybe like one sex partner before me. So that it wasn't like he was too far gone.
Right.
But the thing is, I guess dating, and also too, you have moments like being 42. There's moments where I felt like, okay, God, I waited, I wait long enough. Can I,
look,
participate now?
I'm a pray for you tonight. for you to participate. I think you should participate. Please don't wait to 45. Please don't wait to 50.
I don't. I'm just hoping to have a husband and, just want to have my twins or triplets by then.
I hope.
And call it a day.
So what's you gonna like just pass up everybody, huh? And get a great husband and triplets? Whoa, you know what? That would be a reward for waiting as long as you've waited. Which is outstanding or ridiculous. I don't know which one.
So yeah, people say, "Hey, we waiting to see what this gonna turn out to be." It wouldn't make sense if I waited this long and they I end up with somebody who got 15 kids. It's just like, girl, you could have gave in for that. So
or
I believe God.
STDs. Let's be real. That's very rampant, especially in Las Vegas.
Yes, okay. Well, it's everywhere. True, because the stats are saying everywhere. So, I think another thing is that people think, oh, yeah, you should be a nun then. You must, I got hormones.
Right.
My body works. I got feelings. Things turn me on, too. It's just self-control.
Wow.
I got self-control.
So, you should write a book on this. Matter of fact, what's the name of your book?
Right. My Life Without Sex. A 40-year-old virgin shares how to set boundaries to wait for sex.
Now, how'd you come up with that title?
Like I said, I was scared of the movie. And so I was like, you know what? People used to say, you gonna lose? You gonna be the movie? I thought about losing it the day before my birthday of being 40.
You should have did that. That would have been dope.
No, you know what? It was moments where I had weak times where, I've been in relationships with some people and they... one person cheated, and I was like, you know what? And then somebody else had cheated, so I had a couple of relationships where that happened. And then I was like, you know what? Forget this. Like, my husband, more than likely, is not going to be a virgin. So why come in the door and be giving that to him, and both of us ain't giving it to each other?
Yeah.
So I thought about, okay, let me not wait for him, and let me just go ahead. One time shouldn't be that bad. And then I was thinking about, okay, I want to be the 40-year-old virgin. And the person I was thinking about doing that with got tested. And like you said, diseases, the man has syphilis. And I was
Whoa. Wow. Yeah. So that just emboldened you. You never going to have sex until you get married. Now, he messed it up for everybody. Not for everybody. You know what I mean?
No, I know what you mean. It was just like, I'm on the right path. Let me continue to do what my path is. Syphilis. Everybody got a path,
Yikes.
Yeah.
So how is it dating, being a virgin today? And how does a person wait for sex?
So, there's other things to do. And I'm actually on social media sharing some of those things, like Abstinence 101. I'm sharing with people every Monday, like a little snippet of, like, a skit of what they can do instead of having sex. There's so many things you can do instead of having sex, instead of laying on your back or being on top of somebody. It's so many things.
Because you are an abstinence expert, correct?
Yes. So I can definitely share with them. And it's in the book. If people don't ever meet me, because I'm in Chicago, hey, it's in the book. And it's on Amazon. But dating... yeah, it could go 50-50, So some people be like, oh man, that's real cool. I respect you for that, sister. I respect you. But it's because you ain't met me yet, stuff like that. Yeah. Or or they'll play the role and say, yeah, it's fine. And then eventually after 2 months, they're like, oh, you were serious. You was for real.
Right. Exactly.
You're not going to give it up to me? Whoa. And so then, man, should I stay? Should I go? Or, there's some people that flat out say, I respect what you're doing, but I gotta have some. I'm sorry. That ain't for me. And I respect that too, because we're not wasting each other's time, unless they do it in a disrespectful way.
Right.
Because it was a guy who I went out with, and he was older than me, and he said, hey, I'm celibate. I'm like, oh, I hadn't even told him I was a virgin yet. So I said, this going to work perfectly. He said, he's been celibate for 2 years, this and that and stuff. Then we went out, and then I was like, yeah, so, he's like, yeah, so about this celibacy thing, we eventually talked. And I said, yeah, I'm waiting to and stuff. He's like, okay, cool. So, we both on this. But he's like, I'm not one of them people that waiting for marriage, though. I don't know. Them people weird. And I was like,
oh wow.
Oh, I'm right here. So he's like, so how you feel about all that or whatever? I said, well, I'm one of those people. And he said, oh, okay. What are you trying to do, get a free meal out of me? And he looked at the waiter. The bartender was like, check, please. And he was ready to go. So
this is in public at dinner.
Yep.
And this is definitely, that sounds like a Chicago dude for sure. This is in Chicago?
Yes. Yes. I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
And on the way walking out, yes, he was like, well, at least, I got outside today, at least I met somebody cool. And he was talking about the bartender. All this stuff he was saying as we heading back. I'm like, I should have left before him, out the door before him. I don't need to be hearing all this.
Next time, leave before him. That's how you get him. So look, Melanie Brown, I love it. This has been a very eye-opening conversation. We definitely have to have you back. We're going to get more in depth because there's definitely some questions I didn't ask you today. I just want to let you know that I want to thank you for being on the show. Please tell everybody where they can find you and buy your book.
No problem. Thank you for having me. Yes, I know it's a lot to encompass, but they can find the book on Amazon. Again, you can type in My Life Without Sex. It should pop up. Melanie L. Brown. I got the same name as Scary Spice from the Spice Girls.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah.
Yeah, you can find me. And no, we're not related.
Okay.
And I'm on social media, Mel B Media, and Melanie L. Brown on Facebook. So thank you for having me, Russ. I appreciate it. Blessings with your show, man.
Okay, thank you for that. I appreciate it. That was Melanie Brown, the author of My Life Without Sex. You can find that book on Amazon. And I'm DJ Soul, the hottest DJ in Las Vegas. And this is The Russell Norman Show, only on KSHP 107.1 FM, 1400 AM.